A.
C.
F.
G.
H.
I.
I.
Gonna have to go with J.
M.
And
O.
P.
Q. R.
S.
T.
V.
W.
X.
Z.
Canada.
Welcome, everyone. Hey, happy Wednesday. I've recovered. I am back from Dragon Con. Let's get into it. Lots of news today. Superman. Yes, a sequel has been announced by James Gunn on his X and Insta. Let's talk about it. Marvel Zombies is coming. Will it save Marvel? I don't know. Let's look at the trailer. And Alan Ng is here. And per usual, he's late.
Just wanted to stop by for a second and let everyone know that my spirit is very sad with the state of Disney parks and Disney entertainment today. So I am so very happy that my AI can come on and express that for me. Mr. Ng, thank you, sir. Thank you, because the only thing that has given me peace is the D-files that you so very successfully reported. Great job, sir. Great job.
You made it. You decided.
Yes.
It only took Walt to get you on the show.
Yeah. We got to practice these new things you're doing.
What do you mean practice? Well,
Practice, yeah.
you're an improv guy. You go with the flow.
I know. I
No, it
do.
works.
I'm
my
just
God,
saying,
What?
because we are on the most overproduced show on the internet,
It's not overproduced. If you watch other shows,
they do way less than we do.
no, they don't.
Yeah.
They show videos and clips.
Yeah, but they don't have headers and banners and
But yeah,
transition.
what's wrong with that? What's
I'm
wrong
just
with
saying.
that?
Well, no.
You talking to me? Then who the hell else are you talking to? You talking to me? Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me, Al?
Yes, I'm
Oh my
talking
God.
to you.
I just got out of the shower. My hair's wet. Someone was complaining, hey, Chris, why don't you comb your hair? We don't have wardrobe and makeup here.
I know,
Or
because
is
we
anyone-
put all our resources to banners and transitions.
That's right. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's, I'm not asking anything of you. I'm the one doing most of it. Right?
Every week, I invite my AI friends over to watch the best shows on YouTube versus Hollywood on the Rocks, hosted by Chris Gore and Alan Ng. However, we never invite that obnoxious bitch, Rachel Zegler.
How could you say that?
That's awesome.
That's absolutely awful. That's awful. But hey, let's talk. We got some comments here before we get to our news stories. Today is all news stories, and we have a lot of them. A lot of news stories. But just gonna feature this before we get started. The fall collection by request. Check this out. Film Threat jerseys. We have one here, which I ordered, which might be based on the colors of the Detroit Lions. Check those out. That's awesome. And by the way, we will honor any request. If you have colors you want for a jersey, we will do it for you. So post in the chat, post up what other colors you'd like to see us. But a whole new fall sports collection for Film Threat. Of course, we still have our Spirit of Halloween collection, but let's go to comments here while you shop. So there you go.
Yes. All right. From Mad Dog, Fortune 24 for $199. React to House of Guinness trailer looks good.
find the trailer. If we have time at the end of the show, we'll do it. Thank you, Mad Dog.
Jean Hu gifted 5 Film Threat memberships. Thank you for that.
Hey, Lord Thothy.
Yes, not overproduced, superiorly produced.
Yeah, I think it's a well-produced show. If we were doing a bell curve, some can't keep up, but that's okay. The more you practice, Alan, we're going to keep doing. It's been 3 years, but we'll keep practicing.
Davina Duckworth, Marvel Zombies, Disney's remaining audience. I think it's more acolytes, Marvel acolytes. MK Solid, it's over for Gore in 2 days. That's right. Something horrible will happen to Gore. Lord Thothy, like, share, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, sign up as a member, join us on X, Discord, or Rumble, and Instagram, buy our merch, shop.filmthreat.com. Hey, well, and thank you. And I want to remind people to really look at becoming a member of the channel. I got a compliment in Atlanta during Dragon Con. Someone said we post more member videos than any other channel. And they sub to Nerdrotic, RK Outpost, Geeks and Gamers. They like to sub to channels. Don told me this from Atlanta. I was hanging out with Don, and he said, you guys post more members videos. So there are 2 panels from Dragon Con that are members only. There's one that I posted public, which was about social media and creating content. I thought it was helpful and interesting. So there you go. So I would encourage people, please become a member of the channel. We appreciate it. Yeah. And I post all the Q&As that happen here in Orange County. And I post the ones that happen in LA, which is most of them. Yeah. Well, once I do a Q&A in Orange County, I'll record it. Hey, another thing I want to let people know, that award this is coming up. That's right. How do I take this one off? Are you in a different? Which one are you trying to take off? I'm trying to take this one off. Support film. Yeah, you have 2 things up. Which one do you want off? The visit our shop. Okay, there we go. Well, there you go. I try to put these at the top because I'm trying to do this for myself. So someone rearranged these, not in the order that I like. So this is something we should do in the pre-show, whatever it is we're talking about. But awardthis.com. Go to awardthis.com. It is our annual Indie Film Awards event. You can submit your movie. The deadline is approaching the end of this month. So please join us for that. Alan, what can you say about Award This? What can I say? It's the only true award show for independent filmmakers. Or I should say an award show for true independent filmmakers. True, not yes, studios, not big studios throw big money at independent filmmakers. So the deadline is this month. John Bailey is our announcer. We do have a comedian host that is prominent that you will know. I can't announce it, but I will before the end of the year. Tickets will go on sale, I believe, in October, late October. But this is our annual event, annual award show. There are drinks, appetizers, gift bag, step and repeat. Get your photo on the red carpet. We do have a red carpet, by the way. By the way, I bought the red carpet. We own it. So go to be eligible. You need to have your film reviewed by at Film Threat, and you could submit your film at our website at filmthreat.com. There's only 2 qualifications. 1, you have to have a review on filmthreat.com. 2, it has to be available for purchase or to see somehow. It could be on YouTube. It can be on Tubi. It can be streaming somewhere. It has to be in release so people can see it, at least by when the show comes out in late January. The date of the event is Saturday, January 31st, 2026. And we're promoting this early. Why are we promoting it so early? Because Alan asked me to.
Yes.
And because I'm a good producer, I said, well, that's a good idea, Alan. Let's do it. Oh my God, my hair looks crazy. My hair looks crazy. Okay, enough about that. Guess what?
What?
Alan, I see a Kermit the Frog in your background.
Yes.
There is a rumor that a new pilot for the Muppet Show is in the works at Fox.
No kidding.
This is crazy. I'm bringing up the story. I know you have notes.
Yes,
Tell
I do.
me about this.
Well,
rumor. I would love to see this. I would love to see.
Yeah, so it's highlighted here. It's a rumor. Rumors are swirling about a potential reboot of The Muppet Show, with early production listing hinting at some major creative players involved. According to a Film and Television Industry Alliance listing, the pilot is being developed by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg through their company, Point Grey Pictures, along with the Muppet Studios, the Jim Henson Company, and 20th Television. Director Alex Timbers from the John Mahoney Baby J special is attached, suggesting Disney is pulling out serious talent if this project moves forward. The pilot description teases a fresh yet familiar approach. The Muppet Show pilot is set to reintroduce the beloved characters with a fresh twist, blending classic charm with new comedic sketches. The project aims to capture the heart and humor that made the original a cultural icon. What makes this especially surprising is that the project is reportedly being developed for Fox rather than for Disney Plus or ABC. As the article notes, Disney having the Muppet Show on an entirely different broadcast network is a wild thought, raising questions about the studio's broader strategy. Filming is rumored to be happening this week on the Fox lot, though there's still no official confirmation. As the article cautions, obviously this is a rumor and not a full-on report, so information details may change. There we go. No comment from anyone.
I think, okay, the big news as part of the story is Seth Rogen is attached. Now, I loved the Muppet Show when I was a kid, and that show works on two levels. You've got Pigs in Space. You had guest stars that were crazy. Mark Hamill was a guest in one, which was awesome. They did parody, satire. There were running threads of the behind the scenes of the show. It was smarter than it needed to be. It was for both. It worked both for kids and adults. And those old episodes hold up. Obviously, the movies vary in quality. I like some more than others. I did like the first reboot. I thought was a valiant attempt. But if you've seen what Seth Rogen has done with the studio, which I quite loved, I binged that. This could be interesting. So, Alan, what are your thoughts? Because I know you're a big Muppet fan. I don't have any Muppet stuff, but you do.
Yes. I mean,
I want to hear your opinion.
My opinion, on its face value, I am happy that the Muppet Show's back. But again, the people involved in it, I'm not 100% certain they'll pull it off. I think there's a shot with Seth Rogen. I don't know. It's like the original Muppet Show. The reason it worked is it followed the variety show format, which was kind of dying at the moment. But
yeah,
I think the Muppet Show really brought it back. Also, it was directed toward families.
Yes.
Meaning it was for parents and it was for their kids. The guests, all the parents knew who the guests were. The kids didn't. And everyone knew the songs and everything. They were mostly pop songs and Broadway songs. Unlike you, I did not like the reboot. The one with the catfish, right?
It was the very first reboot.
Yeah,
I liked it.
It's the one
Not
with the
the second
catfish, and it was on ABC. The idea that it's on Fox is interesting as well.
No, I'm talking about the movie. I'm talking about the movie.
Oh, the Muppet movie.
Yeah.
The Muppet movie is great.
Rebooted. The rebooted one.
Okay.
The first
I
one
thought you
was
meant
good.
the rebooted Muppet Show.
No, not the show. But
Okay.
You're right. It was the variety show format was dying. It was Sonny and Cher, Donnie and Marie. Those shows were dead. The Muppet Show was mocking that, but did this fake behind the scenes of the show where they had running threads with different characters where you got to know Fozzie Bear, Gonzo, among others. And it was awesome.
Yeah. There's a series of dad jokes too.
Yeah.
It's weird. I liken it to Get Smart. For some reason, these stupid jokes work on the Muppet Show. It worked in Get Smart. And when you try to do it elsewhere, it just doesn't work. I'm also happy to see that the Jim Henson Company is involved. So maybe there's a little bit of legacy going on there. So we'll see. I mean, definitely I'll give it a shot. I will say that I'm 50-50. That'll be good.
We will go to your comments after we have a few more of these news stories. I'm sorry to report the House of Guinness trailer is Netflix. We will be copyright struck if we show that. So I would like to, I'll watch it, but we're not going to share it on screen.
Yeah.
Hey, Alan, are you caught up with the new season of Dexter?
No.
The final episode is next week. I, for one, cannot wait. They brought back characters like Batista, Quinn. I don't want to get in. I'm not going to, no spoilers here. David Desmalchin is amazing in the show, and Peter Dinklage I'm loving. So Uma Thurman as well. It's just back to basics for what makes Dexter great, a great character. He's a protagonist we understand. He's a serial killer, but he dispenses with bad people who deserve it. And it really is true to form and back to the format that made it great. In fact, it reminded me of a video that is over a decade old. I'm not sure. This has got to be very old.
Mm-hmm.
This is 14 years ago. It's a little over a minute. And it's Dexter in 60 seconds. It basically shows you everything that happens in an episode of Dexter in 1 minute. If you've never seen this, it's really clever.
I'll tell you why you need to see the show.
It's from the Landline YouTube channel. We're going to watch this right now for those that have not seen it. I love this video. Can't believe it's in my watch later from 14 years ago. Watch this.
Night, the place where my dark passenger thrives. That's the cool term I made up for my desire to kill people. And this is my inner monologue.
A new serial killer struck again.
The one that switches the victims' heads with their feet?
Yeah, the head foot switcher.
That's a catchy name.
Took you long enough. Swear word. It's a new season, so meet my new boyfriend.
Hey.
Trevor's probably not going to end up being a killer or end up dead, so be nice to him.
Could you pass me that foot of lettuce?
Don't you mean head of lettuce? It's him, the head foot.
Hey, Dex, you dropped something.
You need to be more careful, Dexter. Use my magic code.
I decided that I hate you now.
But I'm a friendly ghost!
Does anyone even care about our storylines?
Sex. I wish I could thank this new serial killer for inadvertently teaching me something that I will carry into the next season.
Hold on a second. You have 2 knives.
I can't believe I remember that from over a decade ago. That I love that. And that's what Dexter, that's like every episode, at least of the old. Now the new Dexter, which I strongly recommend, Dexter Resurrection, the season finale is Friday. Mm-hmm. I really hope, it seems like they've set up threads that will probably come back in a second season.
Season 2, maybe?
Yes. I do hope it gets renewed. Look, some people may say it's a tired format. I love it. Michael C. Hall is perfect. And the thread with his son, that whole story thread is really, I love it. So it's great. Hey, big news. The sequel to Superman has been announced. That's right, from James Gunn's X account. And let me bring it up here. A very simple post. He says, Man of Tomorrow in theaters July 9th, 2027. And we've got Superman, of course, standing there in an illustration by Jim Lee with Lex Luthor in his classic purple and green mecha suit. And also both David Cornsweet and Nicholas Hoult posted alternative images of the same thing. So people commenting, well, that's interesting. All right. Kata says, please tell me someone else is writing and directing, because David is a great Superman who needs someone who's going to actually showcase that. You're great at obscure characters, but Superman just doesn't fit your style, in my opinion. So a lot of people, this is funny. The evolution of the Superman suit. We've got Henry Cavill. We've got the show, what is it? Superman and Lois. Then we have like comparing with the Infinity Gauntlets with David Cornsweet, and then what looks like dishwashing gloves. Anyways, so people posting memes, and there it is. Martin Scorsese, absolute cinema. I think Scorsese's kind of tired of all of this. Alan, are you excited for Gunn's follow-up? I'm assuming he's going to write and direct, but comments here are mixed. World's Finest in theaters July 34th, 2043. People doing memes and jokes. There's more artwork here with Lex and Superman. Thoughts, Alan, as you see this?
Yeah, thoughts. Well, I mean, I like Superman. I'm interested in this. Are you familiar with what is it? World of Tomorrow? Is that the
Man of Tomorrow?
Man of Tomorrow. Are you familiar with that storyline at all?
I am not.
Yeah. So Grok tells me it's basically something happened. It's after the death and return of Superman, the fall of Metropolis. It's about rebuilding Metropolis. Lex Luthor faked his own death, and now Superman's dealing not only with Metropolis but with the politics and business of. I mean, it's interesting if he even goes in that direction. If probably what's going to happen if he does go in that direction is the movie will open with the destruction of Metropolis and now having to rebuild it, which again is interesting. We've not seen that, but do we want that? And I think say it over and over again. I'm on board so far with Gunn Superman. I know many people aren't.
I'm not, because I saw Peacemaker, and I kind of feel like Peacemaker is what Gunn would rather do. And Superman is kind of a character that he kind of decided to take on. So I'm not optimistic.
Yeah, I'm starting to fall out on Peacemaker.
Yeah. Let's go to comments. Alan, if you could go to comments, I'm going to leave and come back.
Okay.
Because people are saying I'm lagging. So go to all the comments. I'll be back in a moment.
Okay. Well, let's do that. Razor Burn for 2. Chris, thanks for letting me hang out with you. Well, come out to LA and we'll hang out as well. Mike Vass, new member. Welcome aboard. Let's see where things are. Here we go. Yes. Pilgrim Media for 2. Chris Gore is greater than Al Gore. Yes. Let's see. Fester all day. Sausage Party Muppets. Yeah, I hope this is dirty Muppets and not that clean, family-friendly Muppets. Uncle Remus. And why can't I? Okay, Uncle Remus says, will it be the gayest, wokest Muppet Show ever? It probably will. And And then Sons and Shadows cast let Brad Bird tackle Superman sequel. Well, Brad is working on Incredibles 3, I believe. Let's see. What else do we have here? Okay, here we go. Axel Abode. You can be the head of DC and not like Superman. Did they even ask him anything? And then Indiana joke. I like Superman, but Peacemaker is almost unwatchable. Yeah, Peacemaker made nudity not fun again. And from good old Tom Siebert. Here we go. Good old Tom Siebert. James Gunn Plastic Man sounds like a great idea, actually.
I agree. He's great at the obscure characters, but I would say Superman is not in his wheelhouse, so to speak. Hey, 28 years later, The Bone Temple has a new trailer. The movie opens next year, directed by Nia DaCosta. I have not seen the trailer. Alan, have you?
No, I haven't.
Well, let's watch it together.
This
Let's watch it together. Let me cue this up. You ready?
Yes.
Let's go.
Trying to predict the future is a discouraging, hazardous occupation. In fact, it may not even exist at all.
Oh, what is this I cannot see? Oh, I am this, none can excel.
Many of the things we take for granted will one day pass away completely.
I open the door of heaven and hell.
When that time comes, men will no longer communicate. We may have diseases and barbarism. The whole world will cease to make any sense.
I open the door of heaven and hell.
Look at the incredible changes we've experienced and survived. And yet even greater changes are still to come.
Are you ready?
My soul shall scream in hell.
All right, coming January 16th. I'm all in. I look, I like the first, I like the series. 28 days later is great. 28 years later, the first one of a new trilogy, I quite enjoyed. It set up lots of new conflicts, new groups of humans, each finding a new way to survive in the world. So we shall see. Alan, are you going to see this or not?
Yeah, I'll see it. It looks first of all, the temple's not the only thing that got a bone. But it feels like it's going full Walking Dead here, but just a little bit more.
Yeah,
it feels a little more violent,
a little more
sinister.
Full Walking Dead in the sense that the real villains are humans.
Yeah,
humans, and that's I think what this will be is lots of different humans being cruel and doing god-awful things to each other.
But yeah.
We'll go to your comments soon. We have one more news story before we talk Marvel. Steve Jobs. I thought this would interest you, Alan. It was suggested by Matthew Hammond. sent me a note. I get notes. I get DMs on X. And this is a short clip of Steve Jobs on the art of storytelling. And I really think it really explains what Disney lost when they fired John Lasseter. I'm going to bring this up, and I think this would interest you a lot, Alan. That's why I want to show this. Let's look at this clip. I may pause it, or if you want me to pause it, I'll pause, but let's take a look at this. Steve Jobs, obviously brilliant, and certainly understood the value of telling a great story. He kind of, in a way, crafted a story about Apple that is, well, legendary. Let's look at this.
In a live action movie, the director goes out and shoots lots of film, typically between 10 and 100 times more footage than will end up on the screen. And then they take it all into the editing room and they build their movie in the editing room. And that's why, sometimes you see a movie and you go, that stunk. Didn't they know it? Well, the answer is yes, they did, but they knew it too late. They knew it in the editing room and they go, oh, Jesus. And by the time they knew it, the actors were gone, the sets were down, they ran out of money, and they had what they had and they made the best movie they could. So in animation, it is so expensive that you cannot afford to animate more than a few percent more than is going to end up on the screen. You could never afford to animate 10 times more than is going to end up on the screen. So how do you do it? Well, Walt Disney himself solved this problem decades ago. And the way he solved it was he said, we have to edit our film before we make it, not after. Well, how do you edit a film before you make it? Well, you get your story team together and you do storyboards. You do these little pictures for every key scene, but that wasn't enough. Then what he did was he actually photographed them on film. He filmed each picture, of which there are, thousands. And then he got he got scratch voices, people around the studio to do the voices, and he'd even put in some scratch music. And then he could watch his movie. And we still do that today. We use video, we were more sophisticated at it. But basically, we build our movie before we make it out of these story sketches. And we video them, and we put scratch music and scratch voices so we can watch our movie. And invariably, what you think is going to work crashes and burns when you see it in the reels. And you iterate on these reels thousands of times. And only when it works in the reels do you then go animate it and actually produce it. And so, in Hollywood, one of the most popular sayings is...
I was going to say, George Lucas did this too. For all the action scenes, at least in the OT, they would do what they called animatics. And they would shoot drawings of X-Wings or AT-ATs. They would basically make the action scene in drawings and in rough video before they even spent money to build and animate the models. So we'll continue this. It's about a minute more. It's worth seeing.
The story is king. But it turns out it really isn't, because when push comes to shove, when a movie's in production and there's a lot of mouths to feed and they're waiting for stuff to make and the story's not working, almost everybody says, well, we just have to make the movie. And one of the things that I'm proudest of Pixar of is we have a story crisis on every movie, and production's rolling and there's mouths to feed and something's just not working. And we stop. We stop and we fix the story. Because John Lasseter, who's one of the founders of Pixar, he really instilled a culture of story, story, story. And even though Pixar is the most technologically advanced studio in the world, John has a saying that's really stuck, which is no amount of technology will turn a bad story into a good story. So that's, I think, one of the reasons why we've been so fortunate, is that we get to look at our movies before we really make them and perfect them in reels and then go make them.
Alan, I mean, obviously you've reported on the failure of Disney. We talked quite a bit about Elio. What do you think about what Steve Jobs had to say?
Well, I mean, the idea that you don't make the movie up as you go along, that's wrong. I think we talk about it here ad nauseum. Fix it and prep. Preparation is everything. The reason the first Dune worked out so well, came in around budget, was because they prepared, they planned. Watching that made me think of one thing, is that the wrong people are running the studios right now.
Yes, that's precise. Yeah, when you got someone like Steve Jobs,
who's a tech guy.
He's a tech guy, but he understands story. He supports. Look, he didn't write a movie, Steve Jobs, but he knew what it took because he was basically co-opting Disney's process. You understand intimately that because you went to the Walt Disney Museum. You can talk about this in your files and all that stuff.
Right. But yeah, I mean, he's right. This is back in the day when Disney was doing, I assume this is the early days of Pixar he's talking about, but Disney at that point was still doing hand-drawn animation, which is time-consuming. It's a 3-year process. And I know of maybe 2 films that were shut down midway through and had to be redone. Emperor's New Groove is probably the classic example. Oh, Aladdin was the other one, where someone, I guess it was Michael Eisner, who was in charge then, just realized, look, it's a bad movie, start over. And we just can't, we have no discipline to do that anymore.
Go watch any videos you can find about the making of the first Toy Story. They didn't even know it would be a hit or not, but they shut production down and retooled the entire. It was a completely different movie.
Yeah. Woody was a bad guy.
Yeah,
Woody was a much more evil character in the first one.
And Lasseter tells a story about he wasn't sure the movie would. They didn't know. They made the movie in kind of a vacuum of their own making. He was in the airport and saw a little kid with a Woody doll, and he thought, okay, maybe we will resonate with people. So I wish those values, those processes have been preserved, because it seems like there's been, as you reported in the D files, an upheaval of the processes and an overthrowing of the veterans that really know how to do this. And it's resulted in modern Disney, which is crap. The best performing financially things from Disney are remakes. Lilo and Stitch. Come on. That's not, you can't be proud of that. Final thoughts, Alan. We'll go to comments.
Yeah, because studios are more concerned now about producing content, making a movie, as opposed to telling good stories. The other thing is, everything Steve Jobs said, he made the implication that it applied only to animation, and that's just not true. This applies to live action movies, to movies in general. You've got to have a script planned out long beforehand. You got to know the story you're getting into before you start making that story. You mentioned George Lucas. He used animatics. You could still do the same thing with regular movies. You have a script. You can board out however your camera angles are going to be. There's no reason why this is not there. There's no reason why this process should not be the process for every movie ever made from now on.
Let's go to comments here. We have a lot of them.
Yes. All right. From Alk 3 Rio. Directed by a woman who blamed the scripts for her last 2 movies being bad. Yeah, because The Marvels should have been a great movie. All right.
I don't think it wouldn't matter if Scorsese directed The Marvels. It would still be bad.
Yeah. Okay. Caravaggio. First gay relationship with a zombie.
Talk about 28 years later. Boom.
Yeah, let's hope. A.D. Ellis. This trailer is pretty solid. Not as good as the one for the first film, but I think this might end up being the better film.
I agree.
Interesting you say that. Nia DaCosta is a huge red flag. Let's see. John Manalang. Hey, member for 37 months. Have we been around that long? While Pixar is declining in quality, anime is having a groundbreaking run in the U.S., especially with the Demon Slayer movie next week.
That's right. Alan's going to see it.
Christopher Moonlight Productions. Yeah, Alan, yes, the wrong people are running the studios right now. That's why whatever franchise they acquire next will also fare. Talentless people can't course correct. They'll just do the same thing.
I agree.
They don't.
there are no Alan Ladd Juniors at studios today.
Yeah, and studios are incapable of learning from their mistakes. Zamta. Nowadays, they don't even have a script ready. Yep. MK Solid. Alan would be more excited with some zombie boobs. No, we saw it. They weren't that great. They weren't that great.
I thought you might have a
They're
comment.
They're kind of wrinkly.
What?
Exactly. There's just no life in them. I love lesbians. Don't we
I
all?
don't know why you would, out of the blue, just say that.
Love lesbians. 3 boobs and a penis. Yep. That was a great movie.
All right. It's time. Let's talk about Marvel Zombies.
Yay.
This is the upcoming series on Disney Plus that will, and I have not seen this. Okay. So this is, I'll give you my honest reaction. So this is based on the comic series, but from what I understand, it's going to be very different in terms of the characters they use. Here, I'm gonna bring this up. It's also rated it's rated MA for mature. So if you have children, young children, or if you're Alan, avert your eyes. You ready, Alan?
Yes.
Here we go.
All the Avengers are dead. And they're coming for us.
Is that
Yelena? Yes, that was Yelena.
That is Yelena. Okay, so it is what I was told. It's the older phase 1, 2, and 3 heroes, Avengers, versus the current from phases 4 and 5. They're fighting zombies from the older Avengers. Okay.
Yeah, by the way, I have the press release for this in front of me. So if you want to,
okay, we'll read it after.
This.
Yeah, let's continue.
All right, we got a world to save.
Need more.
Shit.
Oh my god!
Man.
Whoa. That's how you do that then.
Wow.
The Thunderbolt. Okay, Alan, what are your thoughts?
Okay, here, let me tell you what this is. After the Avengers are overtaken by a zombie plague, a desperate group of survivors discover the key to bringing an end to the superpowered undead, racing across a dystopian landscape, risking life and limb to save the world. What I think is great about this is it brings back all the characters we loved from phases 4 through 6.
And turns them into, well,
zombie killers.
And then the characters that I personally really love are dead.
Yeah, so let's see. It's got Elizabeth Olsen, Paul Rudd, Florence Pugh, David Harbour, Tessa Thompson, Simu Liu, Awkwafina, Haley Steinfeld, Wyatt Russell, Randall Park, Aman Vellani, and Dominique Thorne. Ironheart is back.
Well, there you go. You know what? I gotta give it credit. It looks pretty, not for kids. It's very bloody, R-rated. So they get credit for leaning into real zombie shit.
Yeah. It looked cool, and then you realize what characters are going to save the day. And again, let's face it, these are the characters we fell in love with since phases 4 through 6.
And now we get to see zombie versions of them. So that's very unusual.
No. They're the heroes. You know, they're the new Avengers. So they're not zombies. They're the ones we've grown to fall in love with since phase 4. Because Marvel knows exactly what the people want, and they deliver. Thank you, Marvel.
Well, I think that it's very telling the way they're approaching this, right? You've got all the phase 1, 2, and 3 heroes. All the good ones are zombies. They're dead. They're not in the series, and I don't expect those actors to be in the series. Although Paul Rudd, there is a shot of Ant-Man in it.
Yeah,
that was.
Well, I wonder if they shrunk. I think they shrunk zombies and then killed them. Killed them small.
Who knows?
I don't know. Do we care?
I'm not sure, but timed perfectly with Halloween. We'll see how it does. Let's go to comments.
Yeah, and if timed perfectly you mean end of September, then yes, it was. Geek True 64 for 2. Welcome back, Chris. Was Dragon Con good this year?
Oh, it was great. Let me show you something. Since you asked, I'm gonna if you have not become a member of the Film Threat YouTube channel, you should, because you get a lot of content. Let me share screen here with our members only videos. Okay. Right here. We're live. These are our members only videos. Like a couple panels, a bunch of stuff from Dragon Con. We've got all our sort of weird videos you see during the live streams. Me going to going to the Hollywood Bowl, lots of Q&As. But here, this is from Dragon Con right here. There we go. That's me in a read. It's the Fantastic Gore, and I'm getting a limbo going. People are limboing under my arm. Dragon Con was awesome. Had a blast. This is at the Pulse Loft in the Marriott. Instinctively, a guy dressed as the bear did this, and people were limbo. A guy with no head limbos under my arm. It makes no sense. And that's just some of the videos for members only. So check that out. It was a roaring good time, Alan. Next year you have to go. Thanks, Truth 64.
Gosh, I hope there's alcohol left in Atlanta.
There is. I left some.
Okay. Sons and Shadowcast gifted 5 Film Thread memberships.
Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Use that membership.
Yes, watch those videos. I Will Not Eat the Bugs, safe, edgy Marvel slop, and it won't resemble the original Kirkman comic tune at all.
Yeah, in the original, apparently, the more brains or other people you eat, the more you kind of almost become more human. That's my understanding from Gary at Nerdrotic told me.
Oh, Kirkman worked on Marvel Zombies. Is that my understanding?
Correct.
Okay. Dark Hero Fan. They butchered the lineup of heroes fighting the zombies. Yeah. No, they're all the characters we've grown to love since phase 4.
Marvel's Katie.
Yes. ADLS 24. Shocker. The current thing is the hero and the classic characters are evil. They just can't help themselves.
That is exactly the point.
Zodlander reminds me of Creature Commandos. It looks like James Gunn's humor with more cringe, hard pass. My understanding is this is the second season of Zombies. I might be wrong. Bill S. Preston Esquire, this is another Suicide Squad kills the Justice League.
Yeah, it does appear to be that way. Hey, Alan, did you know Avengers Doomsday is shooting?
Yes, I did.
And it's still without a finalized script.
How is that possible?
It is possible. Here's a story from our friends at That Park Place. Alan, I know you have the notes. Give it to me.
Yes. Well.
Here we go.
Yeah, well. No. No. Oh, yeah, here we go. Avengers Doomsday is deep into production, but shockingly, there's still no finished script guiding the massive Marvel film. As one source puts it, the filmmaker know the beats without the reasons, shooting major set pieces first, while the story itself remains in flux. Principal photography began in April this last year at Pinewood Studios in the UK, and with additional filming in England and Bahrain over the summer. Yet months later, Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige admitted the script was still being plussed every day, meaning rewritten and reshaped as the filming continues. Screenwriter Michael Waldron and Stephen McFeely worked on the story during production, creating what one reports called pages of in motion, rather than a locked script. Marvel's workaround focused on the spectacle first, massive battles, including a rumored X-Men versus Fantastic Four showdown, and a clash involving Doctor Doom, Spider-Man, Wolverine, and even the TVA. Oh, thank God they're back. Were reportedly filmed before the full narrative was in place. Alan Cumming, returning as Nightcrawler, even hinted at the X-Men Fantastic Four fight, adding fuel to fan speculation. With a cast spanning Avengers, Wakandans, Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, and the original X-Men, the film is described as a logistics puzzle. Marvel prioritized filming the high VFX sequences early since they require up to a year of post-production, planning to plus in character moments and story connections afterwards. While the cast is reportedly enjoying the chaos, Avengers Doomsday currently feels like a road trip without a vehicle. A movie racing ahead with big moments, but no fully solidified story to tie them together. As one commentator quipped, Marvel will just have to hope Robert Downey Jr. can drive whatever it is.
Well, my understanding is that Downey's portrayal of Victor Von Doom is like a classic Universal monster, disfigured, much in the way similar to Phantom of the Opera. He's encased in an iron suit, much like Iron Man, but Tony Stark doesn't need the iron suit necessarily to live. Doom does. He's much like Darth Vader in that sense. He's like Vader. He needs the actual suit to live, which also gives him certain powers. Obviously, the suit has abilities,
right. It can be rigged,
but he also has magic abilities. So I don't know how he's playing it as a tragic figure. So,
well, and then is he Victor Von Doom? Is he the ruler of Latveria? Did he once know Reed?
I don't know. All I know is from that story, what we're getting is all the action scenes shot early. I guess that's smart because it takes a year. Then they'll fill in the story as they go. Now, the Russos did do, the two most successful Avengers films, Infinity War and Endgame. If it's the same process, we'll see. I don't know, Alan. What are your thoughts?
Well, as someone said recently, Martin Scorsese could have directed The Marvels, and it would have been a bad movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was me. I said that.
Yeah, you said like 20 minutes ago. These stories, I guess they're meant to inspire hope in us that these will be good. Again, they don't know anything if that's true. And the reason I ask, is he playing Victor Von Doom or is he playing demented Tony Stark? And all these questions out there just again leads to the fact that A, we don't know what the story is about. B, we don't care what the story is about. And C, who the hell cares where it's going? Because you're spending all this money, this time, these people, these actors' time, and you want to believe that what's going to come out is something great. And their story after story is telling us that if it is great, it'll be like winning the lottery. It'll just happen.
Yeah,
it'll be great in spite of nobody.
Well, look, let's you probably heard about this or discussed it on Monday. What's going on with the Avengers Doomsday's rumored trailer? I have a prediction. I think we will see an Avengers Doomsday teaser at Christmas during Avatar that will help boost the Avatar box office. A teaser, not much. Now, during D23, apparently, they did show, it was part making of, it was hosted by Paul Rudd, and they gave a look inside Avengers Doomsday. I saw some videos. We're not getting a lot of confirmation on this, but the bottom line, it was at D23, partially a BTS behind the scenes, and then a look, but no real scenes were shown.
Yeah. A lot of nothing.
A lot of nothing. So what do you think, Alan? Are we? I predict Avengers Doomsday, because Marvel can't go away for that long. There'll be a teaser. It will be almost nothing, but it'll be a date. You'll hear some dialogue, maybe see a few things, but it'll be Christmas, probably with Avatar.
Yeah. Remember all that momentum that was going into Avengers Infinity War? Remember all that excitement?
I know.
People had?
They need that. They need that.
They cannot manufacture that at the moment. Spider-Man. They have one movie that can manufacture any excitement, and it's Spider-Man. And I doubt it's going to have anything to do with Doomsday.
We shall see.
Yeah.
We shall see. Let's go to comments, and I apologize to everyone. Apparently, I'm blurry. I've already restarted my computer once. It's almost 100 degrees in Pasadena, and my understanding is this kind of weather can affect
the internet.
Internet. So not all of us can give Elon Musk money and get such perfect internet as Alan.
Didn't cost that much money.
Well, there you are. Yeah. Comments. Here we go.
All right. From Razorburn for 2, Chris had a blast at Dragon Con. Good to see you again.
Good to see you, Razorburn. And I like that you saved your photo of me from the previous year.
All right.
It was good hanging out. There was like a whole group. We all kind of like hung out, and it was a blast.
Did you see members of the Film Threat staff while you were there?
I did see Bradley Gibson was there, and I saw Bobby Lapierre,
our other editor.
Yes.
Okay.
There's a panel. If you're a member of the channel, thank you, Eric Stratton. There's a panel with myself, Shane Mackey, and Brad Gibson. Check it out.
All right. Well, from Eric Stratton, member for 32 months, like Steve Jobs on movies, Apple used iterative interface design with human factors, engineering methods for hardware and software, even storyboards. Yeah, it's called research.
That's great.
Yeah, people did research. Sons and Shadows cast. Chris, your camera is drunk.
I'm gonna leave and come back. I'll just leave and come back. Okay, I'll be right back.
All right. I think we're gonna need more comments, but from Davina Duckworth, Doomsday is a prediction, not a movie title. Yeah. Alk 3 Rio, the Nightcrawler actor, said he didn't even know who he was in scenes with, and was just on a green screen. This sounds miserable. It sounds plausible. Yeah, you look right, I think.
All right.
And then Laura Buckles, we're pulling this straight out of our butts. Kevin Feige.
There's a really good on the members only panel about directing for filmmakers, and everyone on the panel, with the exception of me, there were 4 other guys on the panel that they all worked for Marvel. They all did work as PAs and odd jobs on lots of Marvel movies, and they were all unemployed. And they spilled some tea about working at Marvel. If you're a member, you have to watch that panel. I didn't make it public because I'm concerned those guys might get in trouble. So we'll see.
Well, Marvel isn't in Atlanta anymore, so they're safe now.
Yes, they're not. Hey, guess what, Alan?
What?
Video game movies are big. We saw the, Minecraft movie is, going to be one of the biggest of the year. Will be one of the biggest. And now Paramount and Activision have teamed up for a Call of Duty movie. And here's the story from Deadline. I know you have notes.
Yes.
There's not a lot to talk about with this, but I don't know. Is that just a war movie? Are there going to be people in various rooms? Who are the characters? I mean, every Call of Duty anything is kind of its own thing. What will this movie even be? I have no idea. Alan, give it to me straight.
All right. Well, Paramount's new Skydance-led era is kicking off with a passion project for Chairman and CEO David Ellison, a live-action Call of Duty movie. The studio officially announced the deal with Activision to adapt the blockbuster video game franchise, with Activision serving as a creative partner on the film. Ellison, a longtime Call of Duty fan, described the project as a personal dream come true. Being entrusted by Activision and players worldwide to bring this extraordinary storytelling universe to the big screen is both an honor and responsibility. We're approaching this film with the same disciplined, uncompromising commitment to excellence that guided our work on Top Gun Maverick. He promised the adaptation would thrill longtime fans of Call of Duty while captivating a whole new generation, aiming to deliver a cinematic experience that meets the franchise's exceptionally high standards. Activision President Rob Kodish echoed that enthusiasm, saying the goal is to take that visceral, breathtaking action to the big screen in a defining cinematic moment. He added, the film will honor and expand upon what has been made of this franchise in what made the franchise great in the first place, to create an unforgettable blockbuster movie experience that our community loves, and one that also excites and inspires new fans of the franchise. The franchise success is undeniable. Call of Duty has been number one on the video game charts in the United States for 16 consecutive years, with over 500 million copies sold worldwide. The rest is just more stuff.
Look, Minecraft, I get. They somehow shoehorned this. But Call of Duty is many things. There's zombie levels. There's, World War II. There are different eras. There's modern warfare. I don't know how, what's
going to set this apart from another war film?
What makes this Call of Duty is just a generic catch-all for different types of war scenarios. The real secret sauce of it is the multiplayer, right? It's, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, can you capture that in a movie that you're not playing?
I'm just, but look, I mean, we were all skeptical, and I did not like the Minecraft movie. I did not like it, not for me, but they somehow turned that into an endearing, film.
Yeah.
Call of Duty, films is built around characters. Will Call of Duty have its Steve? Not sure.
Or it's chicken jockey.
Yeah. What is going to be the chicken jockey moment? Will people be in waiting in those, those waiting rooms, and will someone use the F word on someone in the movie? Because that's really kind of what the game is.
I know. I hope all the characters are racist and homophobic against each other.
Yes, it's guys talking shit, shooting each other in a multiplayer game. That's why people like that game. It's not the story. There's not much of there are certain incarnations of Call of Duty that have had stories. They're pretty thin, if you ask me.
Yeah. I mean, are we essentially pulling cutscenes together and making a movie out of them?
Who knows?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but I that's the important question is what sets Call of Duty apart from every other war movie ever made? And two, it's a video game. What aspect of the video game are you capturing that people are going to be interested in to see the movie and then to build it? I mean, look, Activision being a creative partner in this is important. And they have a vested interest because if this movie succeeds, more people will get into Call of Duty. So I think the right people, at least the right intentions are in place. But again, there's a huge problem to solve, and that's how do you set this apart from every other movie, and how do you give it a video game experience?
I just think the players who are fans of Call of Duty, I don't know how you make that a movie for them. Mm-hmm. Minecraft, they figured it out. This, we'll see. Let's go to comments.
Yeah. Let's see. Also, Minecraft, there's an element of gameplay in the movie, and so people are familiar with it.
Yeah.
I don't think how do you do that? Maybe they have something in the secret sauce here. John Thomas for 20. Chris is blurry because he's hung over from Dragon Con. LOL. Great seeing you. Great seeing you. Again, the DD and Punisher creators on the panel were comic book artists, not TV writers. Timothy Zahn was nice. Did you see where I tagged you 2026?
Did you tag me on Instagram or X? I'll look. But great. Yeah. I love the con. I love Dragon Con. One of my favorites. Had a great time. Thank you. Very generous. Appreciate it.
Yes, Bill S. President Esquire. If you don't get called racist slur as soon as I walk into the theater lobby.
There should be a lobby where people are called the F word.
Yeah. John Thomas for 5. Thank you for that. I noped out on Muppets when you mentioned Seth Rogen. Not a fan. He's not funny. It will be the last TV show reboot all over again. Yeah. It's my fear. Dark Hero fan. You watch Terminal List. There you go. Call of Duty, the TV show. LOL.
Yeah, exactly.
Pro tip: make it for a male audience. No.
Yeah, why not?
No, I think lesbian black women. That's your audience. Dark Hero fan: will they make the cut scenes into a movie? Yeah. I mean, is that essentially what it's going to be?
Some of them are controversial. Like the one in the airport. I forget what version that was.
Okay.
I played that level.
Okay. The Call of Duty games are woke AF. Is that true?
You know what? I never pay attention to this story. I don't care. I go right for the gameplay.
You're hitting the skip button constantly.
Skip, or go make a sandwich. There you go. Thank you. There you go. Okay. All right. We have some more news stories, but man, This weather, I apologize for my bad internet. The CEO of AMC Theaters made some comments about Netflix. I'm gonna go right to this. It's a clip on video here. We'll go right to it. And oh shoot, hang on a sec. It'll take me a sec. But look, Netflix has been not really supportive of movie theaters. Okay. And that is concerning, very concerning, because they could have made bank. They could have made bank with K-pop Demon Hunters. I'm going to throw up this clip. This is from, it's from How to Save Movies with the CEO of AMC Theaters. It's a short clip. We will watch it and comment on the other side. Here we go.
We like to start with the news. So
hang on. Let me turn this up a little louder.
You chose not to play the K-pop Demon Hunters movie this past weekend. We all know why. You have a long-standing feud with Netflix. You will not play their movies. They do not adhere to a window that you find acceptable. Your other two rival chains decided to put aside that beef and play that movie for 2 days. Why did you not?
So don't you feel good sitting next to someone who actually has principles?
Okay. No. Are you kidding? You're in Hollywood, so that nobody feels good about that.
And a backbone. And but to slightly correct the question, and it's kind of like we've been funny, haha, but it's like time to be serious. Nothing would make me happier than for Netflix to want to show movies theatrically. We have been trying for years now to convince Netflix that the most successful movies on streaming services are those which have had a robust theatrical release.
Paramount says that's settled. Last week at an event for media, they said it's settled now that movies that go to theaters first do better on streaming.
Well, I agree with them. And by the way, it's settled at Paramount, and it's settled at Disney, and at Warner Brothers, and at Universal, and at Amazon, and at Apple. It's just not, F1.
Well, they put Amazon and Apple both put movies on their streaming service.
F1.
Yeah, the windowing is not secure. We'll get to that, but the windowing at the streamers is not.
But F1
studios.
was a major theatrical release, and we've thought, and my hat's off to Apple. I think they did a great.
This is Matthew Bologna. I guess he's hosting this this panel, but here we continue here. Let's just give it context.
Job with F1, and it was a wonderful movie. And you didn't have to be an F1 fan to really enjoy the story. It was really a well-made movie. But I think we won that argument with everybody but at Netflix. And we've tried. I personally spent hours and hours trying to get The Irishman into theaters.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Did you feel like that was going to happen? Is that the closest you've gotten to having a deal?
No, the closest we got was the Knives Out sequel, The Glass Onion. Which we actually played, hoping that it would convince Netflix that they would make money from it, and it would increase the ratings of Glass Onion on its streaming platform.
But let's go back to The Irishman for a second, because that was one of my things that readers said was one of the biggest calamities of the past 15 years. You guys were close. Netflix wanted to put Irishman in theaters, mostly probably.
I saw The Irishman on the big screen.
I did as well.
It was long. I saw it with Dante.
It was way too long.
While I enjoyed it, it was too long. Seriously. Anyways.
Because Scorsese wanted it. And at the time, I believe your reporting was that it was a 45-day window that Netflix was willing to do, and you said no.
No. I thought the understanding, yes. Well, my understanding was that you and Scott Stuber had an agreement at 60, but Ted and Reed insisted on 45.
And I don't believe in kissing and telling in public.
Okay.
So I don't think it's appropriate for me to share what we agreed to and what we didn't agree to. And all I can say is this. We tried very hard to make it happen. I talked for hours and hours with Scott Stuber. He tried internally to make it happen. And at the end of the day, there was not corporate agreement between Netflix and AMC as what the window would be, what their film rent would be, et cetera, and it didn't happen. And it's a shame. And we did it with Glass Onion, and we haven't done it since. And we did announce we were going to play Narnia, and that is yet another carrot out to Netflix. We didn't do it so much for Netflix, we did it more for IMAX. IMAX, we're very close to IMAX, and this was an important project for IMAX. And as a favor to the CEO of IMAX, I said, yes, we'll play Narnia. Other circuits have not yet said yes.
That is true.
And this still dangles out a carrot. I don't want to be a foe of Netflix. Netflix is a great company. I would love to play Netflix movies in our theaters, but hence going back to principles and this past weekend and K-pop, we need a respectable theatrical window, because if I do...
And by the way, K-pop Demon Hunter came to theaters for the sing-along after it had been on Netflix over a month.
Yeah.
So it still did. It did great box office. I mean, it was a weak weekend, but it did great box office for what it was. Not a super wide release, but it was #1.
Yeah. And let's also say it was lightning in a bottle too. That specific movie
Imagine
it drew an audience that most films don't draw.
Well, imagine if it opened in theaters before Netflix.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the gist of.
Yeah. Imagine if Sony had faith in their movie and just kept it, and which they'll probably do with the sequel.
They will.
The sequel's not going to Netflix.
They will. Oh God. I mean, we'll see. I mean, they will look back on that as a huge, huge mistake. Huge mistake.
Yeah.
Let's go to comments.
Well, I don't know if you know, but Netflix has bought theaters in major markets, a theater in each of the major markets, and that's how they get around the award consideration. They just show it at the Egyptian in LA or wherever in New York and Chicago. Yeah. All right. Let's see. One Marvel fan, once the theaters end up closing for real someday, it's going to be bad for everyone. There'll always be niche theaters, boutique theaters. Sadly. Jim T, Netflix doesn't see the theaters as a benefit to them. That's 100% true. The words that were told to me by the director of The Glass Onion, he said that theatrical cannibalizes subscriptions, and that's why they don't do it. Let's see. All right, Thermul. He's not wrong with what he's saying, like a reverse physical media release. That's right. And then Zodlander. Most of the time when people say that Netflix should have more theatrical releases to make money, I'm reminded of Zack Snyder's streaming math on Rebel Moon. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. K-pop Demon Hunter was lightning in the bottle. That was the movie itself. Clearly was meant for theatrical.
That movie could have been a $1 billion movie if it was released in theaters and then on Netflix in 60 days. They blew it. They really blew it.
Well, look, Netflix has already made money on K-pop Demon Hunter. The issue is they could have made a lot of money versus just money. And that's kind of how they see it.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Hey, let's talk about summer box office analysis.
Yeah.
And there's been quite a bit of it lately. But you have notes for the story.
Yeah.
Summer box office 2025, admissions plus 1 million to 275 million. Disney wins at 1 billion. Warner Brothers surges. But why isn't anyone excited? Because movies would succeed failed to perform. Superman limping to 600 million. Marvel's 3 superhero films.
Not even $1 billion combined.
None of them Yeah. Alan, give it to me straight.
All right. Well, the summer box office tells a story of tempered expectations, uneven wins, and cautious optimism. While the $3.67 billion total matched last year's numbers, media headlines skewed cynical because early forecasts predicted a post-pandemic record of $4.2 billion. Expectations, one insider called audacious and false hope. The summer started strong with the hits like Inside Out 2 and Deadpool versus Wolverine at 1.28 billion combined, or 35% of the entire season's revenue. Yet the wealth was even more spread than last year, with 11 films crossing 100 million versus just 9 in 2023. As one observer noted, it's not that theatrical is dead, pointing out Netflix even embraced theaters with K-pop Demon Hunter earning 19 million in 2 days. Disney led overall with 1 billion, powered by Lilo and Stitch and Fantastic Four First Steps, but it was still down 32% from Deadpool and Wolverine and Inside Out dominance. Universal held steady with Jurassic World Rebirth at 340 million, and How to Train Your Dragon at 262 million, with Paramount grew 12% with Mission Impossible, Final Reckoning, and a Naked Gun reboot. Sony struggled the most, down 66%, despite modest wins with 28 Years Later. Analysts blamed strike-delayed scripts and poorly timed releases, saying titles like Karate Kid Legends and Megan 2.0 might have performed better in less crowded windows. Looking ahead, a major NRG study offered hope through Gen Alpha under 12, the only demographic preferring theaters, 49% over viewing at home. Gen Alpha, they're saying. Analysts suggest giving young audiences generational ownership of event films, as with Barbie's viral pre-release buzz, and investing in formats they love, like premium large formats and 3D screenings. Ultimately, one studio executive summed up the season's lesson bluntly: if summer taught us anything, it's about what's skippable.
I think a lot of it is also people, are just, it's the whole thing with streaming, right? I can skip it. Now, I am not a normal moviegoer. I'm a heavy user. I can see up to 4 movies a week through AMC A-List. I usually see at least 3, and I'll see movies I would not have otherwise seen because I have that ability. But for the most part, most people do not have that. They see maybe a movie a month, if that. It takes a lot to get people to the theater now. Alan, what do you think?
Look, last year we had Inside Out 2 and Deadpool and Wolverine. What came out this year that came close to the excitement people had for these movies leading up to it, and the excitement people had walking out from it? Nothing. Not even Superman and Fantastic Four. The leading into it, it was mediocre at best, the buzz. And coming out of it, people were just meh. I mean, to me, again, I resist the idea that the movie business is dying or the theater business is dying. It's the movie business that's dying because these studio heads don't know how to make movies anymore.
What?
And I think the strike is a part of it. But again, looking down the road, what are we looking forward to next?
Well, here's the thing. This past weekend, the number 2 movie at the box office was released 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Jaws came out 50 years ago in summer in summer 1975. Now it is 50 years. Now, and then guess what's coming out later? Batman and Batman Returns is in theaters now at AMC. Back to the Future is coming out in October.
Halloween, yeah.
During Halloween. The Spider-Man movies are also coming out.
Yeah.
We need to, Alan, this is a good project for you. Look at the box office for re-releases this year. What is the combined box office for the movies that were re-releases this year? It will be significant, including things like anime, foreign films, mainstream Hollywood movies people are liking less and less, including worldwide. The market in China is not what it used to be.
Yeah.
It's not.
You can't count on it.
It's Hollywood wants to blame everyone but itself. It's the product.
Yeah.
People are not responding. They
They think they're producing
of-
great movies. You know, that's why they blame us when it doesn't fail, because to them, they were great. How can 2 weeks ago, my daughter went to the Frida Cinema. We went to see a John Wayne movie, A Quiet Man, and John Ford movie. We showed up a little bit late and we had to sit in the front row. That's how crowded that theater was for a John Wayne movie.
It's classic movies. This is with a lot of things now. There's a lot of this is a rant for another time, but there's a whole retro looking back, whether you're talking architecture on a Cracker Barrel or Taco Bell or McDonald's, what they used to look like in the 70s as opposed to now, or pining for the Pizza Hut experience in the 80s or 90s. Like, these people are really pining for retro experiences. And those films were bangers at the time. When you look at the year 1982, how many amazing films came out that year? We haven't had a modern year that was like that, with so many great films in one year. Look, I'm not saying great films aren't made today. They are few and far between.
Yeah.
And will they survive? We shall see.
Well, just the fact that when you and I talk about what we're going to review on Friday, and we'll get a big tentpole movie, and then for 2 weeks we'll get nothing.
You know what we'll do? We're going to have that conversation now on the show.
Yeah.
Because we would do that anyways. But I want to go to your comments.
Yeah. AD Ellis 24, 3 blockbusters succeeded. Lilo and Stitch, Jurassic World 4, F1, Minecraft 2. Everything else was just utter disappointment.
Well, it succeeded financially, but that movie's objectively terrible.
Yeah. John Melling, I did not expect F1 to do more numbers than F4 or Superman. And it's still in theaters.
Yes.
I could still watch it in IMAX at my local theater. Bo Dooley, the ROI for moviegoers simply isn't there. Yeah.
That's unfortunate, but true.
Because if it's a choice of going to the theater and seeing it versus catching it on streaming, well, you know what we're doing. Patrick Lemire, if a real studio had the massive debt Netflix carries, the CEO would be fired. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Geek True 64, Ninja Turtles re-release did 3.3 million first week. They plan to do Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 re-release next year. Yep.
Hey, couple things. If you are a filmmaker and you want to get your movie reviewed on Film Threat, go to filmthreat.com, click on submit. It's very simple. And you can submit, you go to awardthis.com, but indie filmmakers, get your film reviewed on Film Threat. You have an indie film coming out, whether it's a short film, feature, even web series, we review them all. Go to awardthis.com or filmthreat.com, click on submit. So this is, and also, by the way, if you have a page on Rotten Tomatoes, Film Threat's reviews are part of the Rotten Tomatoes score. So take advantage of that. All right, guess what? Normally, when the show ends on Wednesday, we talk about what movies we're going to review on the show on Friday. Well, we're going to talk about it live with you. Here's what I've seen. I'm going to see The Conjuring Last Rites.
Yeah, you will see that, yes.
I will see. You don't have to.
I'm not.
I could review The Long Walk, an early review, non-spoiler. How about that?
Okay.
I'm going to see The Baltimoreans tomorrow. I've seen The Threesome.
I did too.
Yes. Alan,
Yes.
we'll talk about The Threesome. I have some big thoughts about The Threesome. We'll talk about that. There's a movie called Splitsville. I could see that.
I could see that. I could
see that. There's also a movie called Twinless.
I do. I mean, I've seen the threesome. I don't know that I want to see twinless.
I saw the trailer for Twinless. It looks amazing.
Does it?
I really want to see it.
Okay.
So, but I can see Splitsville, the Baltimoreans. I'm going to tomorrow.
Okay. I've seen Preparation for the Next Life.
Okay, that's great. So, Alan, you've got that one. I'll do the long one. So, we're reviewing. We'll see what news, and then we've got Highest to Lowest. Have you seen that?
No, but
I hear it's not great. We'll skip that. So we're seeing.
I don't see it. It's not.
So Friday.
Yeah. Okay.
Conjuring Last Rites, The Long Walk, Splitsville, Twinless. I'll try to see. Baltimoreans. We both seen the threesome, and you've seen Preparation for the Next Life.
Yeah.
And there's a movie called Run. That's some horror film. I might try to see that one.
There's also a improv movie starring Orlando Bloom and Bryce Dallas Howard, but I've only gotten 10 minutes in. And I'm kind of out.
See it.
Yeah, I know. It's brutal so far.
All right. Well,
I'll try to get to it.
We will have news. We have a very special guest for a special show. The Found Footage Festival founders, Nick and Joe, will be here.
Awesome.
They will be here. They're kicking off their tour this month. I believe it goes through January, but we'll talk to Nick and Joe. If you're a fan, I'm a fan of their YouTube channel. Love those guys. So check it out on Friday. A very special show.
By the way, we need to remind everybody, we do not do birthday streams on the Film Threat channel.
Yeah. I'm reminding people, don't do that.
Yeah, we're not doing a birthday stream on.
Oh my God.
On the Film Threat live stream.
Okay. Yes, that's exactly right. We didn't do one for you, and there we go.
And we're not doing one for anyone else.
Yeah, not for anyone else. So okay, the Found Footage Fest, love that. Alan, what do you have? I'm going to the movies right after this. I gotta go.
Yeah. I guess I'm seeing Splitsville. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow.
And also Twinless. Watch the trailer for Twinless. It looks good.
Isn't that a LGBT movie? Or
it was no, it's not. I mean, part of it is, but it was at Sundance. So that's it for us today. Sorry about the bad internet. Apologies, folks. We'll be back on Friday with news, reviews, and the founders of the Found Footage Festival, Nick and Joe, will be here. Thanks to our mods, Lord Thoth, MK Solid. Appreciate you. I even appreciate Alan.
Yeah.
And thank you to Atomic Lori and Glenn Nuccio. So that's it for us today. Alan, do you have anything to say?
Yes.
And Alan, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, let's get out of here.